I always remember all the times where I actually acted from a place of fear, and I remember about how I felt in those moments, and all what I can think of is just waiting for results to come by, just waiting for something to happen, and really not enjoying what is in there in the present moment at all. And when I think about all the times where I was actually acting from a place of abundance, from a place of creation, from a place of knowing that things will be okay, I remember those moments were so graved into my own memory. They were just memorable moments, honestly. Today, I actually woke up and I just felt like I've been working on my YouTube channel and so many like other artistic projects of mine for quite some time, but especially my YouTube channel. And I just had a reality check with myself and I was like, whoa, like everything's still the same, nothing is really just changing. And I really just started to feel over probably the past month a little bit desperate, I would say. And I actually really just like tried to make myself feel better by actually just doing more of the things that I felt I was supposed to do, to just do more, to grind more. And I think that this is the very first initial reaction to us when we feel desperate, is that we think that whatever we're doing right now is not enough, that there is just some sort of magical stuff that we're just supposed to do to be able to get there. And I think, to be honest, it's very unfortunate. After I actually had all of these thoughts, I sat with myself for quite some time and I really started thinking, when you are being desperate, you are showing genuine mistrust in the universe. When you actually want things to go your way super badly, I think that that shows deep ignorance and just forgetting of some elemental truths that are very true, and it's like really hard to ignore, but when we are in that state we kind of forget about. As a human, you have a very restricted and small perspective about life. You don't really know all the variables that are going on to this universe that in so many times affect you deeply, and you're not really showing yourself to be open to all of these variables to affect you, to be open to the universe to show you how much more you can probably get, of how your story can go differently, of how much more better your story can go differently. You don't know the whole story. You don't know the whole story. And just because things didn't work out right now, or just because things are not working out the way that you want them to, it doesn't mean that the universe is not listening up to your prayers, is not listening up to your manifestations. That doesn't mean that. And if you just keep on acting from a place of fear, if you just keep on keeping your head down and only doing the things that you feel you are supposed to do without actually showing openness to new things, to follow up your curiosity to certain things that probably will actually lead you up to better results, to better answers, to what you want, then what you desire, what you want, is gonna only take way more time to materialize, because that means that you didn't learn the lesson. I myself forget that so many times. The state of feeling desperate is really many times affected by other people around you as well. I think because we live in a capitalistic society that is always emphasizing on results, is always emphasizing on productivity, is always emphasizing on things in the material world, so that when you are actually just working internally on yourself, and that is great work, like you're doing so much work, like you're programming your mind, you are doing so many internal software changes into yourself that will lead up later on to things that gonna be materializing in the future. But when you really are not seeing stuff that is just changing up in the real world, you think that you're not doing enough. You think that you're not doing anything at all. But that's not the truth, you know? When you really hit rock bottom, you know? When you really hit that very bad place where it's like you are so sick and tired of your own situation, you are so sick and tired of the same stuff repeating to you, you are sick and tired of dealing with the same problems every single day. When you reach to that place, it's really hard to not like play that mode of survival into your head and just be like, yes, so right now what genuinely matters is to only get to that place, you know? And so you kind of like channel focus yourself to only that one thing because you are seeing the material world around you and you just do not want to live in that reality anymore. But I think that it's so important to detach yourself at the same time. Even when you are in those very dark places, you need to understand and to remember that you are going to be protected and cared for along the whole journey. I think that this is just so important to remember. This gives you such a reassurance into your own life. This makes you go about your life not in a rush, not out of fear. You just feel like you can take risks and do everything. Things will work out along the way, and still everything will just be okay at the end.